Hey there, I'm super blessed to be here with you today. We had fun this weekend going over Luke chapter 12, verses, I believe it's 22 through 34. And one of the things that I think is so appropriate in this season is for a message from Jesus himself, right? Red letter words, Jesus teaching about worry. We are in a season of worry. Am I right? Or am I right? Gosh, bless the people's hearts who've lost homes during these fires. Firefighters who haven't been home because of these fires. First responders who are being pulled in different directions to respond to fires or to respond to COVID or to respond to people injured from riots, as if riots and some of the things that have taken to the street aren't enough to worry about. We've got tensions with political groups, whether you're being a Republican or a Democrat, or you're Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter or Blue Lives Matter or anything else. I might be missing out. There's so many things that your worry could be stalling you in your faith. And it's understandable. It's understandable that you'd be concerned about how Pastor Jake is doing, or how Pastor Jeff is doing, or Pastor Matt, or where's our church, and what's their stand on things, and are we having church? When are we going to be back inside the building? And I know that even I myself could be riddled with worry. Jesus knew that too. You see, he talks to religious leaders who are in earshot of his message about being hypocritical, which is also a good message for us to understand, but to not be two-faced, to not be one person in front of everybody else and a different person behind closed doors. That's a good message for all of us to hear. Then a younger brother talks about his inheritance and wants to get more out of it, and asks Jesus this question, and Jesus responds with a timely message about greed. Bless Pastor Jeff's heart and his addiction to REI. He is recovering from that. He is still saying no. He is not buying more camping gear if it is not needed. But his confession would probably only be fair if I confess that I could struggle with Amazon and always wanting to order things from Amazon. But with worry, you see, when we follow Jesus, we know that our faith calls us into areas of our life that don't always seem secure. They're not always guaranteed or wrapped with a pretty bow or feel like they're firm and I just know exactly what God is doing right now in this moment. No, a lot of times we don't know. In fact, 100% of the time, we have to have faith that we don't know what our future holds, but we know who holds our future. Jesus is turning to his disciples in this moment, and he's telling them not to worry. Essentially, what he's doing is he's pointing out a problem, but also giving us the promise. See, the problem is worry. And by day 5, we'll be talking about the kingdom, because the kingdom, God's kingdom, is the promise. See, all of our worry is wrapped around our own kingdom, our own world, what is impacting us today. And God is saying that that's nothing in comparison to the greater kingdom I've called you to. God will always take care of your basic needs. He will always be sure to come alongside you and make things work for the good of you. Worry is the nemesis to faith. And if you can see in Luke chapter 12, everything we're talking about is stemmed around having faith that God's got you. So I just want to remind you, don't let worry stall you from where your faith has called you. God's got a plan for you. That plan is for you to prosper and not to be harmed. It's the enemy that comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus came so that you may have life and that you would have it to the full. Today, ask God, where is it that worry resides the most in your heart? What are you worried about? And how has it stopped you from stepping into where he's called you? God, I pray that the chains be broken, the chains of worry be broken over whoever's watching this right now. I pray that they can surrender that, lay it at your feet, and know that you are God. We love you. Amen. Be blessed. We'll see you tomorrow.